Hey, it's Pastor Fred. Easter was just a couple days ago, and I think we really need this one today because as this drops, it's going to be on a Thursday. And by now the hype may be over. Maybe you've already eaten everything in the Easter basket that you got. You've forgotten about the great meal that you had or the family gathering, and it's like back to life. And I'm going to do that. I want to go back to life, eternal life, back to the gift of Easter. I need it every day. You need it every day. We all do with what life gives us. And because life around us is all about death or fake life, imitation life, synthetic life, if you will. God's given us real life and true life. In fact, that's who He is. In John 11, we have this amazing point. And I often talk about this at funerals, and I think we need it outside of funerals. I think we need it every day. Now, the background to this in John 11 is the death of Lazarus. Mary and Martha were friends with Jesus, Lazarus as well. The family was, Jesus was over for dinner and the whole Mary Martha thing, right? You can go to the Gospels and read about that. But Lazarus died, and Jesus gets there, I think after 4 days. He's been dead for 4 days. All hope is gone. He's not coming back in their minds, in the human realm of things. And so this is what Jesus says to Martha. Because Martha comes out and it's like, hey, if you had been here, he wouldn't have died. But even now, she says, I believe God will do anything you ask. Like, you're the hope. That's the point. He's the hope. And he says, your brother's going to rise. And she gives a good Sunday school answer. Yeah, I know. There's a hope in the resurrection of the dead. And there were some Jewish folks back then that had that hope. And he says, no, you don't get it. And I don't get it sometimes. He says, I am the resurrection. And I am the life. And whoever believes in me, though he die, yet shall he lives. Yet shall he live. He is the source of resurrection. You know what I mean? Like, he is, as we look at Easter, he is the one that rose. And because he rose, and all of the New Testament writers point us to this, because he rose, we will rise. And we can sing that great hymn, I know that my Redeemer lives. I know that he lives, and because he lives, I will live as well. Because the one that I serve, the one that I love, the one that I worship every day, he is the way, he is the as he says elsewhere in John, the truth and the life. The source of all of those things. The source of how we're to live, the source of how we are to come alive again comes from him. And so the call for us is to just trust him, to believe. Not as a detached just bunch of information or knowledge or some facts, but believe as in, like, this is what matters. I bet my life on it. Because we can trust him, because that's what he did. He bled, he died, he rose. Triumphantly, man, we're living in that victory every single day. Now we know the rest of this story. Lazarus, Jesus calls him up out of the tomb, and he is alive, showing us that he has victory over death. He has the power to raise each of us, and he will on the last day. What an awesome thing, man. I can't wait for that. And I pray that you have that same Easter like joy in your heart of knowing that no matter what we face, we have victory in Jesus. All right, so let's hold on to that. Let's encourage each other in that every single day. If this helps you, hit that subscribe button and share this with somebody in your life who needs to hear this joy and this hope that Jesus gives to us. And we'll talk to you next time for another follow-through.